I have the first thing I want to show you guys. Little Lena would sit here on the ground and...
I'll show you something. This can of powder is older than you are.
Where'd you get it? When'd you get it? And how much you pay for it?
This is so old it doesn't have a year on it.
That's a crazy crib. Why did they do that on there? We got Dad back in the day shooting your revolver. What is that? Oh, is this just a world record setting alligator?
Well, just
800 pounds. So how old is this? This is a single man project right here.
It is.
What is that? Is that a giant lead block on the end? I need you to have your arms straight.
Do that 10 times in a row.
Here we are at my dad's famous or infamous, depending on if you're somebody that has to clean it, shed, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite things about it. Starting off with a fun fact, his shed is a mere 30 yards from the exact place in which I was born. So I've made the long walk from over there to over here, and now let's make him give us a little bit of behind the scenes. So come on into the shop. Dad, it's time to show the people some sentimental and cool things amongst the chaos
of the very well-known gun room.
A room of chaos.
The room of chaos and really cool things. So let's find some really cool things. I have the first thing I want to show you guys. So come here, come to my childhood. Welcome, welcome. Let's bring out this old classic, this lead block. Me and this lead block. We had many hours spent together.
And why?
And why? Dad, can we have a demo?
Because all
Gather the things.
That's because when you were learning how to reload, you made a lot of bad ammunition.
Me? That's not me. I was still barefoot and a tiny child.
She had to learn how to pull ammunition.
Yeah.
So we have this kinetic bullet puller.
So he's here reloading ammo to shoot. I'm a little kid. I need a job to do. So my job was to take all of the bullets that were not reloaded properly. Like this one, you can see that the primer was deformed, but that doesn't mean that the brass, the powder, and the bullet aren't good. It just means that we got to pull them all apart. So you put them in this little hammer, and then little Lena would sit here on the ground and hammer on this lead block until it came apart. And then you take it apart, and now you have all your components again. And then I'd separate them out and work through the, you know, buckets of ammo that needed to be taken apart.
There you go.
Yep.
Learn.
And you can see, I told him, he pulled out this lead block. This is not my old trusty lead block. This is one that has had a little bit of a shorter life than the past one, because my lead block, I remember it had a perfectly divoted out, flattened out a spot from
You wore it out.
I did. You know, nothing's better than giving your kids hammers and lead to work on.
Yeah, build character. Character building apparatus.
All right, your turn. I liked that one. Bye, block. Hope to never see you again.
I'll show you something.
Show me.
This can of powder is older than you are. It's
This
almost
one?
that's probably 40 years old.
This one here?
Yeah, and I know that 296 is definitely older than you.
Wait. Here's the question. Where'd you get it? When'd you get it? And how much you pay for it?
I bought it off an estate sale. It's pretty old. This is probably 40-something years old.
Yeah.
It smells still.
What'd you pay for it? You don't remember?
Oh, I don't know. Not on this one.
You don't know on.
Not on this one.
He knows what everything costs him. I'm impressed. Wait, what does it smell like?
Smell like it's good. It's just ripe. It's ripe. This is some 296.
Different powders do have different
I know this is
smells.
older than you are for sure.
Which one?
This. I bought a case of that back when I was into Model 29s a lot. So that was back in 1984.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you think your oldest
Still got a metal
thing?
can. You don't see that anymore.
What do you think your oldest thing in here is?
Ammunition.
Oldest.
Ammunition.
Which one?
Oh, I'll show you. Since
Show
you happen
me.
to ask.
Why, I happen to be asking.
Oh, I'll have to, let me see.
You happen to have something
Oh, yeah, here it is. Let me take a look. It's right behind the sign. It's hiding.
Oh, wow. Come here, come show us. Come show the people.
Well, let me find a year. This is so old it doesn't have a year on it. This is actually some government issue 45 ball ammo from Remington. This might have a hit year. 1917.
Yeah.
And this is the old Cupro nickel jacket. That's before they had the gilding metal we use now. That's 45 ball.
Wow, look at that. Look at that crimp on there.
Yeah, that's military issue.
That's a crazy crimp. Why did they do that on there?
So a lot of the guns back then, didn't function all that well.
And what would that do to help them?
Keep the bullet from setting back in the case when it chambers.
Oh, so this was to keep it from smashing the bullet and collapsing the
like
whole thing.
Like in a sub gun or a 1911.
Got you, because the chamber and the feeding of it was so rough.
So this is bullseye powder. Kind of interesting. Bullseye powder, plus or minus 25 feet a second.
I mean, that's pretty good.
It's for model 1917. See?
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this?
I don't remember.
Wow.
It's
Well, that is
cool,
a pretty cool box.
Yeah, so that's government issue back in the day. Kind of neat.
Government issued for what? Military?
Yeah. Yep.
1917. Ooh, is it my turn again? Okay,
Yep.
okay. Come back over here. Come back over here. We're gonna come to this wall. I want to show these photos. So we just got all the good photos. I just love this wall. We got Dad back in the day shooting your revolver. What is that?
27. 8-3 is 27.
There you go. And then we got some crafts here that I gave him, some photos.
You got everything.
My very first passport photo, and me and my cousin playing in the mud. And then this one was taken down at the shop. So
yeah, that's when you were little.
Yeah.
A little bitty thing.
my mom, when I was a little girl, worked at my grandpa's shop, Clark Custom Guns. You worked at Clark Custom Guns for a while
a little
too.
bit, yeah.
As a my playpen was always set up down at the shop while Mom
This is a
worked.
fun picture.
What's this one?
Alligator. How you like that one?
Oh, is this just a world record-setting alligator?
they just-
800 pounds.
Yeah, I had to keep it. That's pretty cool.
Did you read this in the paper and then
Yeah,
you had it for a minute?
It was just I had when you see an animal that old and they had to harvest them, I mean they should have retired him somewhere. He earned the mark. I just felt sorry for the critter, so I have a picture commemorating his demise.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, wait, one more photo. This.
Yeah.
Dad got to be, what was it, the governor of the Zawali Tamale Festival?
Yes.
Hey, and
I got to ride in a parade. I was
and I got to ride in a parade too with him.
That 08, yeah.
Yep, and then he went and did a demo. And this Zawali Tamale Festival, the main event after the parade was the mud races, mud bogging. If you don't know what mud bogging is, imagine that this is a field. And then there's a deep trench down the middle filled with water and mud. And they're trying to go as fast as they can through it. And then whoever goes the fastest through it, they win. But before the mud bogging started, he's supposed to do a demo, a live fire demo.
Yep.
And they push up a pile of dirt. And there's people strung up this side, strung up this side. They push up a pile of dirt and they're like, okay, Jerry, go shoot your demo. And I remember watching you out there and you were like... It was one of the shortest demos you ever did. And you did it all of from this to the burn because there were people all around.
People everywhere.
And you still did impressive. Everybody cheered and everybody did that. But we got our one and only this. We got to watch a mud bog.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I got to watch you adapt to some unknowns on the fly for a live demonstration. It was quite a day. All right, your turn. Ooh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Well, I'll take you this way. Come back this way.
Okay, let's go back this way.
Before you were around and I had to buy everything myself and make stuff, this is some homemade bird shots.
You made this bird shot?
I made it. I used to make all my shots.
So how old is this?
From the early 80s.
Was Mom even in your life when you made this?
No.
This is back when you were a single man.
This is back when I was broke and I wanted
man.
to shoot a lot, so I had to make my own
This
shot.
is a single man project right here.
It is. But it's made out of tire weights.
Tire weights?
Yeah, wheel weights. And pretty good.
How do you make it?
Carefully.
How do you make shot?
With a dripper. With a dripper.
With a dripper.
A dripper.
Do you drip it into water or something to cool it?
You had to drip it into a water-soluble oil. Cutwell 40 was the name of it.
Oh. So it's like how Dippin' Dots were made. I know how Dippin' Dots are made, which they're dropped into.
You know how they actually make shot? You know how they make shot? You ever thought of how they make this stuff?
No, I luckily haven't had to bother
Okay, let me
my brain
lecture
with
you on
that.
how to make shot. It's a shot tower. So the tower might be 50, 75 feet tall. And they melt lead, and they have a grid that they pour the lead into. And the size of the orifice of those little holes, when the lead drips through it, is the size of the shot.
Yeah, okay.
So as it falls that 50 feet or whatever it is, the air will cool the shot. So when it impacts the water at the bottom, it doesn't deform.
Because if it's too soft when it hits the water, then it'll have flat
so the tower
sides
has
on
to
it,
be
and then you
relatively
won't
tall
have.
to cool it. It's a drip. So this is
Does
a,
it have to be a different height per size of shot? Because
It
I
would.
imagine the larger the shot, the
Yeah,
longer it takes to
it
cool.
does.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do they do the same thing for buckshot?
No, they roll it.
Because otherwise
It
they'd have to
starts
fall
off-
like
buckshot-
hundreds of yards.
Buckshot starts off with a lead wire, and they cut it to a certain size, and they roll it. Yeah. So this was
The more you know.
my drip was about that far. It went down a little ledge, and so it went into a water soluble. It wasn't perfect, but it's
You definitely shot a lot of things with it.
I
didn't
shot
you?
probably 2 tons of it.
Just 2 tons.
Yeah. So
Kind of casual.
yeah, a little bit.
I like it. Ooh, is it me again? Oh gosh, what do we have? We got so many different things in here. Let's wander.
Wandering.
Wandering, searching, looking. Gosh, there's lots of memories in here. I think we already did photos. I'll save those for another time. This is like, this is trying to pick out something amongst 8 bazillion things. I want you to tell me about your photo right there. I lied. We're breaking out another photo because I like photos. You want to see a young Jerry? Look at that. Look at that man right there. That's my dad.
When I had hair.
Yeah. He had long, luscious
That's
locks.
probably 70, 79, 78.
Yep. And
That's actually a 1883 Colt Gatling gun with an Ackley's feed, 177 round drum mag, and we're firing some smokeless propellant through it.
look at that old
And,
denim outfit too.
yeah.
Classy.
That's my buddy, old time shooting friend there, Elliot Izan. He and I started hanging out together like 6th grade. So we hunted and fished together and shot together.
And how did you manage to stumble upon one of these?
Well, this is Mr. Bill Bennings in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
Okay.
He had a plantation right on the side of Bayou Lafourche. A big gun guy. He had all kind of hardware. That was part of his collection.
Yeah. And at this point in time, how many guns did you have? You know, like this
don't
is
know,
the beginning of your
6,
thing.
8. something
Yeah,
like that,
this was back when like this was an experience that
So we
was
were
mind-blowing.
we were
I
his
imagine.
pit crew. So he would shoot it, and we would take it apart and maintain it, clean it, load ammo for him.
Oh.
And when you shot black powder in it, very corrosive. So we'd put a bucket of hot soapy water under the gun and collect it as you shoot it. So he would clean the fouling quicker. I mean, you know, what's interesting about this gun?
Do I
Let me
know?
show you
No,
something.
nobody knows. Only
See
you.
this? See this knob in the back right here? You can take that knob off of there and take the crank off the side and put it direct fire on the back. So on the side it's 2 to 1, and on the back it's direct drive. Every rotation was 8 shots. So if the crowd
And on the side, it
was 2 to 1. It
So
was,
for a full
was-
crank, it would
it was
fire
4,
4, and then
right.
if you put the crank on the
It was
back, it would
8.
be 8.
every barrel. And this little knob, well, you can't really. This knob here is a firing pin disconnect.
That one right there?
Yeah, so you turned it one way, when the bolt came through, it would pull the striker and it would fire, and you turn it the other way, the striker would go through without firing. So say like you shot 10 rounds and you didn't want to shoot the other barrels out, you flip that selector and you cycle the live ammunition out the gun without it firing.
Oh, that's how you unloaded it.
Yeah. See, fun facts, Gatling gun
Fun
facts.
facts!
There you go.
Ooh, that one was like mine, but also kind of yours on that. But I have one right underneath me that I want to show them just because I think it's funny. So, are you ready, guys? Welcome to the Miculek gem of hand strength. What is that? Is that a giant lead block on the end? Why, yes,
Yeah.
it is. And then you take this little dude and you wind it. And, oh, God.
Arm straight out.
I need you to have your arms straight.
Do that 10 times in a row.
And then you let it down, and then you're supposed to do it the other direction. Woo! And this was part of
That's
his...
the hard part.
Yeah, I don't
The
want
other-
to do this.
the
You
other-
show them this way.
Well, this is the hard part. You do
That's
it.
backwards one,
Yeah.
and arms straight. Gosh, that little block gets
Yeah.
awfully big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Try to do it once a day, twice a day.
twice a day.
Yeah.
That thing is hard. Anyways, if you just ever want to know how you get big shooting forearms, outside of shooting 8 million rounds, you can do
Make it
this.
happen. Make it happen, Captain.
What fun. What fun. I like it. All right, you got anything else you want to show them?
Well,
One final hoorah.
oh, this is an experiment I want to do.
Ooh, an
an
experiment.
experiment. I'm into 30 caliber, you know that. I've got some, this is pretty neat. This is some 30-40 Craig 220 grain original loads from probably turn of the century that were pulled. And you can see they're all gnarly looking. I'm going to wet tumble them and load them and see See how accurate they are out of a.
Out of a appropriate era
Yeah,
gun.
yeah, I have a.
You have one?
Yeah,
What gun is it?
30-40 Craig.
Okay, I don't know all the things. I'm still learning.
Yeah, these are. You can see it. That's from Bill Benning's stuff.
Oh, the guy, the Gatling gun
it's,
guy.
A salvage 220 grain. Yeah, from 30-40 Craig. So that bullet probably 100 years old.
So it's not. So it's. Wait. Oh gosh. You can't. Yeah.
It's older than that 45 ammo.
So that's your oldest ammo, and then this is just a component. So then this gets to be over 100-year-old bullet that was pulled, and now you're gonna polish it, retumble it, and then test it for accuracy because
it'd be kind of fun.
it is. I like your science projects.
The old days, the old ways. Yeah.
Well, that's it, guys. That's every single thing that's in this shop. There's no more stories to tell here. No, there's endless things out here, and I can't imagine how many hours you've spent out here, and then both of us together, and the shelves of memories. So there was just a little sample platter of the secrets the shop holds.
Probably about 3 or 4 million rounds through here.
What?
Loaded.
Loaded through the machines? For sure.
I would think.
For sure. Absolutely.
All good stuff.
And that's it.
Good.
No.